Hello everybody, welcome to the TriStar Gym channel. Today's episode is a roll narration. Me and my partner now are starting standing up, and my partner's in the collar tie. I'm thumb posting in his neck, trying to avoid that collar tie. There's the first shot. Okay guys, just a quick little note here. It's very common, I'm rewinding right now. It's very common that when you shoot, you're gonna miss some shots, okay? That's very normal. But when you shoot, you gotta make sure that when you shoot, you gotta keep your head in the chest. I like to put my head in the chest here. You can see that my head is going into the chest. I like to put my hand in the bicep or shoulder like so to avoid guillotine. Okay, so I'm putting my head in the chest, my hand in the bicep, and very important, look how I keep my back straight. Okay, it's very important. If your head or your back rounds, okay, if you put your head down or your back starts to round, what's going to happen is you're going to get caught in guillotine, anaconda choke, all sorts of bad things are going to happen. Okay, I got to keep my back straight. I got to make sure that I attack my partner with a straight back. Okay, so you're going to see, look, I missed my shot. Okay, my partner was able to sprawl here, but you can see that my head is in his chest. You can see that my left hand is in his shoulder / bicep. Okay, I'm blocking him from grabbing my neck. You could see that my back is still straight. Okay, my head is carrying his weight. You can see that he's sprawled out on me now. There's a lot of downward pressure, but look, the contact point is my head. Okay, not my shoulder. I don't want my shoulder going onto his body and then he's pushing my head down. Okay, so I'm completely in a safe position here. My partner cannot do guillotine. He cannot do anaconda choke. I missed, no big deal. We're going to try that again. Okay, I'm going to be shooting again, I'm sure. My partner's setting up his shot. We're pummeling, we're hand fighting. I'm trying to snap him down. I'm trying to run a knee tap. Unable to do the knee tap here. We're going to be back to hand fighting. It's very important that when you shoot, it doesn't backfire. Okay, I want to shoot, I want to score, or if I miss, I end up in a type of draw. Here I shoot again. Let's watch this again. Here my partner's against the fence now, so it's a lot safer. I'm going to rewind this right here. When your opponent is on the fence, it's a lot harder for him to guillotine. Okay, I wouldn't say it's impossible. It's just harder. Okay, so watch. When I shoot, because I have the safety of the guillotine, you can see I'm shooting my head in the center, but I'm going to allow my head to drift off to the side a little bit here. My eye and bicep are connected. It's going to be very hard for him to fit his hand in this space here. You can see that my cheek, my left eye is in the bicep. That's why it's so safe to shoot on the fence, because it's really hard for them to get their hands and grab a guillotine. Okay, so he can't back up because the fence is right behind him. Now I'm going to get a double leg here. I'm going to bring my partner down to the mat, and here is a very strong chest to chest underhook position for me. Okay, now you're going to see here, I'm in a type of GSP position. Okay, GSP was very famous for this type of passing. Okay, this is a very, very strong passing game. I spent many years suffering underneath George St. Pierre's top pressure, learning how to pass like the way he does. It's an incredibly sophisticated and powerful system. Okay, so let's see here. I have an underhook. You can see that I'm locking my hands. Okay, I'm going to rewind that right here. There's something really subtle happening here. Maybe you guys picked it up. Maybe you didn't. Let's rewind here. I'm rewinding. Okay, let's rewind. You can see now I have my underhook. Okay, so I have an underhook on my right side. My head is on his left side. Okay, so I'm blocking him both here and here. Okay, so he's trapped. Both sides of his upper body is trapped. You could see that my hips are higher than my head. Okay, so this is going to stop him from getting up. If he was trying to get up now back to his feet, if he was trying to like throw me in this direction, kind of push me off him, it's going to be really difficult. Why is it difficult? Well, you can see that my knees are off the floor and I'm on my toes. This is really important. Okay, you want to be on your toes. You want your knees off the floor. You want to put your weight forward. When you put your weight forward like this, it makes it very difficult for your opponents to push you off. Okay, now you're going to see me. Now I want to lock my hands. Okay, I don't have to lock my hands to pass, but if I do lock my hands, it's going to make things so much tighter, so much more firm and stable. Okay, so watch here. You're going to see me rock my partner left and right. Okay, so watch here. Keep an eye out because it's very subtle. I'm going to rock to my left. I'm going to rock to my right. I'm going to rock to my left. I'm going to rock to my right. When I do that, it's going to create a space for me to connect my hands. You can see that my hands right now currently are not connected. Watch this subtle motion. See if you could pick it up. I'm going to rock my partner back and forth, left and right. Okay, watch here. I went to my knees. There we go. I'm rocking him left. I'm rocking him right. That's going to give me the ability to lock my hands. Okay, I'm going to play that one more time just for the guys who are more beginner, who are not necessarily noticing it. I'm rewinding right here. You could see that my partner is flat. My hips are up. I was able to stabilize him. He's not exploding to his feet. Okay, it's time for me to lock my hands. Watch what happens when I lock my hands. I rock to my left. I rock to my right. That gives me the space underneath his back for me to lock my hands. Once I lock my hands, guys, It's very difficult for the man on the bottom to escape his hips. Very difficult. You're going to see me put my hips back up in the air. And now watch. I'm going to sprawl, a circular sprawl here. This is very GSP-like for you GSP fans. You know that he does this pass all the time. He's done it very early in his career. He's done it very late in his career. It's a very tried and true type pass. Okay, I do teach this in my body lock passing made easy, my advanced basics video on body lock passing. This is a very strong system. Because my hands are locked, my partner, okay, he definitely wants to escape this knee. See how he's trying to bring this knee in, and he's trying to connect this knee and this elbow together. If he was able to connect those two limbs together, he can really start to elbow escape, get back to guard. But it's going to be very difficult. Why? Because my hands are locked around his body, okay? My hands are locked around his body. It's very difficult for him to get the angle he needs to bring in that knee, okay? So you can see I'm a nice, low, tight pressure. My hands are locked. From here, I'm able to keep his right knee from escaping here. See, I'm stuffing it with my left hand here. I'm pushing the knee down with my left hand. I'm sprawling. I've unlocked my hands to address that knee. And now you could see me and my partner are fighting, okay? So you could see, look, I'm attacking his frame. I'm crushing his frame now with my grips. And here I'm probably going to try to put a katakatami choke on, an arm triangle choke on, or a side choke. Here comes the side choke. This is my new favorite choke. I've been doing it now the last couple of years, last year and a half, I would say. It's a very, very powerful choke. You guys are going to see me do it again in this role. I do this maneuver every single day, or almost every single day. I score this choke. I catch it all the time these days, and it's my new favorite choke. I trust it more than the rear naked. Okay, now me and my partner are back head to head. We're hand fighting here. My partner shoots. I was able to catch an underhook. We bumped into our partners. That's what kind of stopped his momentum. Nonetheless, we're going to continue rolling here. Here I'm pressure passing. I'm back into that GSP style pressure passing. Guys, I want you to look at this tricep here. Okay, see, you see this tricep here? My partner's tricep. It's exposed. Okay, so you could see that my partner here, he has a frame. He's trying to frame. And it's very typical that when you're on top of somebody in the GSP style passing, they're going to frame in your neck. Okay, when they do, it's time to attack this tricep. I want to attack this tricep. I want to drag this left arm of his across his body and lock it up in this position here. I want to lock his hand over here. You guys are going to see me work this in a second here. Watch how I'm going to kind of like, okay, he pummeled his arm in. You can see that I'm using my right hand now to attract this tricep, to attack his tricep. I'm trying to push it across his body. I'm using my right shoulder. I'm using my right hand. I'm using my chin. I'm using my neck. All that is to push this tricep in this direction, okay? Now, of course, I'm going to get some reactions from him. He's not going to just allow me to do that, but if he does extend his arm, there he did. Look what he did. He hit his arm. It allowed me to go to guillotine, okay? So sometimes they don't give me the tricep. I get the guillotine. Now, again, once I have the guillotine, I like to sprawl. Okay, so I always sprawl the same side. So if I'm guillotining with my left arm, I have to sprawl my left leg. Very important. If you do not sprawl your left leg, sometimes I see guys put their knee down. Okay, so they grab a guillotine. You can see here I have a one-arm guillotine, and they put their knee down. If you put this knee down, your partner can sweep you. Okay, he can grab your foot, sweep you over. He can get on top of you. You must sprawl. Okay, so I make a rule: if you guillotine with the left arm, you must sprawl with the left leg. Now he cannot grab my limb. He cannot grab my lower leg. He cannot grab any part of my lower leg. He's going to be stuck underneath me. Okay, so here I'm putting pressure on him. I have a guillotine. I'm locking my hands here, I believe. I'm not sure what I'm doing with my right hand exactly, but it's probably locked in a guillotine. Let's see what happens next here. I'm cutting my knee across. My partner got to his underhook. I know this is very common. You could see now, look, I have a deep whizzer. Look at my right arm. It's going into a deep whizzer. My hand is all the way to the ground. Okay, this is going to give me a locomotion point. You're going to see me pivot on this arm here. Okay, I'm also pushing his head down with my left forearm. I'm pushing his head down. This is a very common position. My partner has a butterfly hook. Whether he has a butterfly hook or not, it doesn't bother me, okay? For me, what really matters is that his underhook is trapped by my whizzer, and my whizzer goes all the way to the ground. Usually, I make a fist here, okay? I'm kind of using the back of my wrist here, but usually it should be a fist, okay? Just to make it safer. Now, okay, there it is. I'm kind of like underhooking his ribs also. You can also do it that way. I'm spinning around him. This is a really good locomotion point for me. I'm chopping his hip. Now you see my partner trying to wrestle up. Very difficult because of that long whizzer, because of that deep whizzer I have on his hips. I'm blocking his hips. Right here, there's a barrier. You know, he wants to come up in this direction. He wants to come up in this direction. He's getting blocked by that whizzer. Now he's going to end up in a front choke. Here's an anaconda choke. That's my first attempt here at anaconda choke. My partner's doing a good job of resisting it. My partner's experienced here. He's not naive at all. He knows exactly what I'm trying to do. From here, I'm going to switch it to guillotine. As I switch it to guillotine, he tries to roll out of the guillotine. That allows me to establish another pressure pass, body lock type pass here. This is a very strong position for me because I have my body weight behind me, of course. I'm digging into my toes here. And here's another side choke. You could see, let's go back here. Why I love the side choke so much, because so much of escaping in jiu-jitsu is getting to your side. You see my partner's doing the right thing now. He's getting to his side and he's trying to shrimp. But that exposes his left arm. It exposes a gap. Look at this gap. Whenever you get on your side, there's this gap between your arm and your head. See this gap that your arm and head make? I'm going to fit my arm through that gap. Now when I shoot my left arm through that gap, now he's in a really bad choking position. Okay, you've seen the Rutulo brothers do this. Nowadays, a lot of people refer to it as the Rutolo teen. Okay, both Rutolo brothers did it on one night in one grappling. They were both in one grappling match. And on the same night, they both hit this maneuver. It's a really fantastic maneuver. I think it's going to be widely adopted in jiu-jitsu circles. Okay, here he is. My partner's trying to escape again. He has to get on his side. Look at that. It gives me another opportunity for side choke. So I missed one side choke. He has to get on his side. If he wants to escape, he's got to get on his side. What happens when he gets on his side? He's exposing himself to this powerful choke. Now, I like to pull guard when I put the side choke on. Here it is. I have the side choke on. Watch my right knee. It's going to slide behind his head. Watch my right knee. It's going to slide up behind his head. There it is. I like to pull guard, pull him on top of me. Now, generally, you don't want to pull somebody up on top of you, but with the side choke, there's a very powerful counter if things go wrong. So you could see things are going wrong here. My lock is not on right. You could see that I jumped the gun here. You see my hand's not behind his head. It's a little sloppy here. No problem. Look at my left foot. You're going to see me dig my left foot in under his right leg. So you can see that I now put my left foot under his right leg. So I basically have a butterfly hook here. Okay, so it's really easy for me to do. It's not very difficult. I'm going to put my left foot under his leg. And now look, I'm going to sweep my partner to his left because his arm is trapped. His arm is trapped on his left side. There's nothing he could do to stop the sweep. Okay, watch here. I'm trying to choke him. I'm not able to get the choke. I decided to sweep him. Look, I'm just going to sweep him to my right, okay, because his arm is completely trapped. And now what am I going to do? I'm going to tighten this bad boy up. I'm going to see how I adjusted my hands there. I'm going to replay that again. You just get back on top and readjust your hands. Now look, generally you should adjust your hands correctly before you pull guard. Okay, now I jumped the gun the other time. I didn't adjust my hands perfectly. I made a mistake. I used the butterfly sweep to get back up. Now, you see me, I'm sliding my right knee up towards the back of his head. I pull guard. It gives me a really strong angle. My partner's tapping. It's a very powerful choke. Look, I know my partner's tapping quickly, but believe me, this choke is very painful. I've been in it myself, and it's very painful. I also tap very quickly when I get put in these chokes because it's such a shearing force. It's very difficult to resist. Here's the shot. All right, let's take a look at the shot here. Now, let's rewind. Okay, here's the shot. You're going to see, let's see here where I put my head. I shoot. Let's look at the lines here. Okay, I'm putting my head again in the chest. I'm using my right hand to block his hand. Okay, usually that hand will be in the bicep or shoulder. That's fine. Also, grabbing the hand is fine. As long as I'm blocking this arm, he cannot really grab my neck. It's really difficult. You could see that the straight line of my back is straight. Okay, this is very important. This is the hardest part, I think, to teach, because a lot of people, when they shoot, they want to kind of get into a little ball. Okay, you don't want to get into a little ball. You want to build like a pyramid. Okay, you want to build like a pyramid here. See, I want to be a strong structure when I shoot. Now, sometimes when you shoot, even though you put your head in the middle, your head's going to go down. You see my head went down. Why? My partner did a good job of sprawling and deflecting my head. I'm going to rewind. There's another reason why my head went down. It's because I was spinning. You can see that I'm facing my partner. And now I'm going to do a quarter turn. I'm going to rotate 90 degrees when I shoot. When you rotate 90 degrees, your head can end up going down. Okay, so now my head goes down. What am I going to do? I'm going to put that head right back up. Look, I'm going to pull it out. I don't want that head down. I don't want that head down and underneath him. So I went right into a duck under, okay? And look at that. We land right into a side choke. I'm going to rewind that and we'll let it play one shot. No interruptions. I'm going to shoot. I'm going to miss. I'm going to pull my head out. And there it is. There's another side choke. Another great way to get into side choke. Why? My partner has to get on his side to escape the pressure. Another side choke. Really, honestly, my favorite finishing choke. It's a brilliant maneuver. It's just like, why I like it so much because it applies so much pressure and you could find it in so many positions because every time you're entangled with your partner, if your partner shows you a side even just a little bit, it's a possibility, okay? Side choke becomes a great possibility. Okay, me and my partner are rolling here. I'm trying to get him to shoot on me a little bit here, kind of offering him a grip. My partner's going to grab the waist. Now let's try to fight back here. Let's see what happens. I'm going into a little roll, hip heist, snap down attempt. Okay, I'm going to snap my partner down for a headlock. All right, here we are. I'm on top. My partner's in turtle. I'm locking his ankle. Whenever somebody turtles up like that, sometimes I like to grab that ankle. I break my partner down to the mat a little bit here. And I think the clock is winding down. I can see it in the back. It's blinking, so it's winding down. I'm on top of him in turtle, putting pressure on the head. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed that roll. I hope there was something that was informative to you, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.